Hello, guys. This is your Reverend Dr. Marie Breville. You know that once you come here, you come for something positive, something not just for entertainment, but something that you can take with you to improve your quality of life and everything else. So, thank you for stopping by. Today I have something interesting, something down to earth, something that I'm not I'm not gonna ask you to take pen and paper to take notes for a process of 1 2 3, but I will tell you to take notes because of your own life, because this is something that may have happened in your own life, but you may have just not paid enough attention to realize that, oh my God, this has happened to me. Uh, what was the name of that show again? Uh, Not ghosting. Oh my God. But there was this show, when people were not telling the truth. Oh my God, what's the name? Oh well, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you're telling me right now what the name is, and I just can't hear you. So thank you for being here. Of course, I guess let's double check the sound. That means I'm going to be losing my current um, recording, or maybe not. All right, let's try and see. Okay, I'm still waiting. I guess because I wasn't talking, so it. Okay, I think we're good. Ah, oh, that wasn't good. All right. So, again, welcome and bienvenue. That's bienvenue. Bienvenue. That's French. All right. Now you know. So, okay, my dear. So, as you see, let me just make sure. Okay. As you see, the title or the theme for today is Not Everyone is Real. Okay, not everyone is real. I am sure the minute that you saw that title and you just like, oh my God, tell me about it, because that's just life. Sometimes people just decide that not being real is perhaps easier than actually being real in life. So that's their way, that's their calling. Who are we to judge them or decide that it's not a good way to go? So all right. So I wanted to just with this, I'm just gonna tell you some stories about some things that have happened and a bit about the lesson of the story and why it is that sometimes people are not real. So, let's see. Okay. So, pretty much it's like no matter where people are, no matter what organization, institution that they belong to, if they want to be not real with you, they can. People have that possibility, that I don't want to say opportunity, but that ability to suppress um whatever it is, like acting, if they so choose to do this way or that way, they can totally pretend like, it's like when you walk on someone, you knock in the door for a while and they just don't answer, and then when they open the door, usually they open the door, but then this time they just like unlock the door and they run, and then they pretend like, oh, I wasn't feeling good. But if you weren't feeling good, how were you so fast to disappear? Or I wasn't feeling good, I had to go to bed. But how are you so tired if you stay watching TV all day? What makes you so tired? You don't have a job, you don't have any responsibility besides being home and eat and sleep. So why is it that, the minute that you get a visitor, and that, it's just like sometimes weird. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes you walk onto someone, it's obvious what the situation is, but they're trying to make you believe that what you're seeing is not what it is. Or sometimes um initially the person could pretend like, they were at their ends meet, it was the end of the world, and all of a sudden, um when something else happened or whatever it is, that change, and suddenly they're okay. But how are you okay? You sounded like you were gonna die, and you didn't want to be there anymore. You didn't want to go over there anymore. You didn't want to do this anymore. You didn't want to do that. You hate everybody. Everybody's just like, you know, and then that's the person you're having lunch with. You were just saying you hated them. I was looking for a place for you to be because you hated these people so much. And now you're hanging with them? This is who you're going to the mall with? That's what I mean. Like people can just switch on you in such a way that you were not waiting for it at all. You know, um, sometimes people get, um, what's the word? Um, I don't want to just say hurt, but disappointed. People get so disappointed, they kill themselves to, let's say, help someone. Like it could be they help the person to go to school, and then when they thinking the person's going to apply what they learned, and then the person is like, well, I'm gonna be playing my guitar in Manhattan, you know with my little bowl, and hopefully people will drop some money in there for me. And you're like, what? I just paid for 4 years of school, and you just want to sit down by the street and hope people drop a couple dollars for you? Like, you gotta be kidding me. You know, just things like that. Sometimes, although this is a little different, but I'm just saying, like, overall, people can be very different. I remember one time this guy was like, oh, I haven't eaten all day. He came to my window. Um, because at the time I think I was in a luxury car. So he came to my window. Oh, I'm dying. Can you do anything for me? Anything you have, I'll take it. So he's thinking, or he knows definitely, I most likely wouldn't have food in my car. I actually would probably just give him money, you know? And little did he know, I just cooked. I was bringing food to my friend. I was bringing food to my friend, And I didn't eat yet, so I brought an extra one so we could sit down and actually have dinner. And I think I had an extra one too on top of it. On top of the two, I think I had like a third one. So, so he was like, you know, I'll take anything, anything you have, anything. I don't care, even if it's just like a piece of bread, like anything. And actually, I surprised them, and I turned to the back. I don't remember, was it in the back or in the trunk? Probably in the back, because that would be like too much to do. I turned to the back, and I'm like, he was like desperate, um, like he was gonna die. Ooh, I just started. Ooh, ooh, pain go away. So I turn around and I grab the food on the back, and then I give him the extra one, and he's like, "What is that? Some some Caribbean food or some African food?" I said, "Excuse me? I thought you were so hungry you would take anything. I mean, I'll take anything, but I'll take some money." you know? And I'm like, so money is what you're hungry for, right? Not really food, not really anything else. So sometimes people act out. People pretend to be something where they can put an urgency on your back to act, you know they put a cause of action immediately for you. And what you as an empath, when you're seeing something like that, you feel terrible, and you're just like, oh my god. And when I'm saying an empath doesn't just feel your pain. An empath just kind of like take your pain. They want to take your pain away. They don't want to see you suffer. It's like they're the only one who has the right to suffer. They're the only one who have the right to suffer. They just don't want to see anybody suffer. They just want to see everybody lovely, happy. So yeah, so sort of, this is how it is. And so I started talking to him. I'm like, I don't understand. You said you were hungry, now you're having an argument over the food with me. I've never seen anything like that. And so he's like, okay, okay, then I guess I'll take it. I said, listen, you know, I hustle over this food. I came from work. I was already tired. I had to cook. And then I'm down here bringing it to someone who couldn't come get it. So if you don't want it, leave it alone. Don't take my food to go dump it in the garbage, because it won't be good for you. So you will be punished. And so he was like, you know, I mean, you don't have $1, just give me like even $1. I said, you were hungry. I just fed you, and now you want money. You still asking for money, you know? And I'm like, you gotta get away from my car. And and then that was it. And then when I was telling one of my friend later on, who resided in that area, and when I explained to him, this is so pretty. Oh my God. I'm like, I can't stop looking at it. The way the braid just, I don't know if you see what I see, or maybe it's the glasses, because I got to get new glasses this month, yo. I mean, this year, really. I'm like overdue. I needed a specialist, and I finally find a really good one. Like, and um, and it worked out, you know, and and yeah, it's like I really needed that thing. So let's see if I see when I get it. um yeah, so it was just like a funny, weird, the most weird interaction I have had with someone who claimed to be hungry, homeless, and in need of food. So I've never had to deal with something like that before. Anybody, I remember I have seen people claiming to be hungry. I'm coming from Costco, I'm coming from Sam or something. I just grab one of the bag here and they just take it. They don't say, oh, this is wheat. Is this like healthy stuff? you know, they just take it, open it right away, and like, thank you so much. You know, they never bothered. They just, if anything, they'll be like, do you have a bottle of water, please? You know, that's the only thing. And sometimes, if I have like, what is it, Powerade, those, my son like those juice or whatever. What is it called? What is it? Apple juice or something. If there's any, and we would like just give him a couple bottles, put a couple bottles in a few bottles in a bag, or in a tote nowadays. People finally agreed, and just give it to him and or her, but a lot of times it's always him, you know, and they're usually pretty happy, So I've that one was just weird and funny. But yeah, as I was saying, I told one of my friend who resided in the area about it, and I actually described the person to him, and he's like, "Oh, please, that guy, you should have reported him. That's all he does. He does this all the time, and he's actually illegal. He can't do this anymore because they know all he does is like steal people's money. He's not homeless. He reside over there, and that's what he does for living. Instead of going to work, he just goes around and asks people for money. How terrible. But people just do these things. And the other actors, I remember my friend shared with me one time. I don't remember. Was it when we were heading somewhere that was my days in Florida? And was I driving with her or was it? I don't even remember. No, I think she was by herself. And she sees this person on the side of the road, and one of her uncles was well off, and she's thinking, oh, maybe his Benz died or something. But she was like, but I don't see the car. I don't see anything. What is he doing on the side of the road? And she's like, you know what? Let me go check on him to make sure he's okay or what's going on. So she parks, and on the side of the road, which is very dangerous in Florida. And she went and asked him like, Uncle, are you okay? And then he kept like, don't touch me kind of thing, and trying not to turn around so she doesn't see his face, but she already saw him, you know, and he wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't address her until she turns around and I realized he had one of these things like, I'm homeless, help me. And she's like, what are you doing? You're a millionaire. What are you doing? You're wealthy. And she's like, she went home. She has never been so shocked. She's like, you need to get out of here. Because I'm like, somebody might call the cops. But it was just like, people, people are not, what they seem to be. They are not what they claim to be. Um, Not everybody's real with you. Some people may pretend like, they hungry and you're gonna go out of your way to try to feed them. And then when you bring the food and they're like, what is that? Like, I don't eat that. You know, I didn't want the neck. I wanted the I don't know, the the side, the leg. I don't know. So people can be very funny. And I wanted to share this one with you. Someone shared about their sad and really, really bad living conditions. And so one upon me hearing that, I got to work right away. I'm like, okay, a little patience. I'm like, listen, I'm working hard on this. I'm really trying hard to find her something. I'm calling people and trying to make arrangements, giving description, giving information. And then later on, you know, I mean, when I was talking to her, it's like she needed the help right away. Um, it sounded like she was going to end up under the bridge, with her kids. So she needed the help. It's not she wanted the help, but she needed the help. Um, and then, as I told you, I went to work right away. But it seemed that when I called back, when I finally find a result, finally got a result from everything that I was doing, it's like when I was talking, they didn't, she didn't even sound as worried as I were. I'm like, oh, worried, like, oh my God, are you okay? Did you guys sleep okay? This is what's going on. This is what I found. And oh, okay. Are you kidding me? Are you all right? Like, but sometimes when people are under a lot of stress, sometimes their mannerism might seem like they don't care, but it's just because they're under so much stress. Excuse me. So, okay, so I was a bit stunned. They sounded like at first they were going to end up under the bridge or something. So I made a lot of phone calls, sleepless nights on top of sleepless night, just so I could find a new location for them. And so when I finally got her on the phone, she nonchalantly concur and say that um she's gonna stay in her current situation, which initially she made sound like it was life threatening. She couldn't stay in it. So it was one of those situations. It was weird. I want, a situation where you want to be mad, but you can't be mad. I wanted to be mad, but I just couldn't. I felt like I simply cared too much, you know? It's like one of those situations, like you should have just mind your business. You should have just kept walking. You should have just kept filling up your cup. Yeah. There are so many things I could have been doing in that time. And especially, as an entrepreneur at that time, I had a lot of things that I could have been doing. I could have made some money in that time, you know? And she just, like they say, got me messed up. And then there was another one. Oh, this one is funny. Okay, get ready for it. A friend of mine, we went to the part of the doctoral program together, and I haven't seen him towards, the continuing part of it. And when I talked to him, and he's like, oh, things got hard, he lost his job, and that, things are getting tough, finding gas money, money for food, and he has a wife, he's a newlywed. He didn't expect things to get tough for him so quickly. Let me drink some. Pardon me. Hopefully that helps. And so, of course, in Path, I immediately was like, what can I do? And he's just like, I mean, the only thing you could do is help me out with some money. And of course, I can't just ask you that because I know, um, you're, you're on your own yourself. So it's kind of, I couldn't ask you something like that. And I said, yeah, I understand, And but I gave him some words of encouragement, and I said, just keep on doing it. Maybe try to finish up the program or something. But he was really out of the program. He wasn't interested anymore. So he wanted to start like a new program, and I said, hey, if this is where it is, this is where it's gonna work for you. Just go for it. All right. So when he said, no money for not just gas, but no money for food, it really touched my heart. And, since this is like an African friend, I didn't want to say, go to the pantry because I know the pantries don't tend to carry our type of food. They carry some kind of food that don't go with our bodies, don't go with us. It can even make some of us sick when we eat, canned food and stuff like that. um so so I went and made a transfer, and hoping that, I spoke to him and I said, it's not much. That's always how we say it, no matter how much it is, that it may be $50 or $1,000. We always say the same thing. Ah, it's not much, but I hope it helps. So I sent it to him, and that was like, back in the days, not like right now. You get texts. I don't know if we got a text. I don't know, but um, But anyhow, I got the notification that the person hasn't picked up the money. It's been a couple days. And I'm like, really? I'm thinking like, listen, if I don't have money, you told me like you send me money, I am there. I probably spend the night there, bring my tent, And he never picked it up. So I reached out to him about it, and I think I even told the center that maybe try to reach out to him. Maybe he didn't realize it, whatever. This is back in the days. I know nowadays, yeah, I don't call people, but back in the days, it's a phone call for everything. So they called, and they called on their own, and they did call later on per my own request. And still, he never went to pick it up. So now I started like, my mind started like, you see, you care too much. Why you move so quick? You should have waited for a few days when he's really hungry, you know. But it was funny. It was funny. I reached out to him and I say, what's going on? I mean, I had them reach out to you. They spoke to you. I reached out to you. You never went to pick it up. What's going on? And then he had like 1,000 excuses, all the excuses in the world he had. And at the time I called, he was at a party and it was really loud, so we could barely talk. We just mentioned that. Um, excuse me, to see, wh- you know, like what, speechless. So he's like, oh yeah, I definitely could have used that right now, and in my head I'm thinking like, at a party, like you want to blow my money, the money you said you needed for food and gas, now you want to blow it. So since I didn't really know what kind of party he was at, oh, oh my god, chill out. And then I think we talked another time again. That time he was at a barbecue and still did not pick it up. And so not only I spoke to him this time, I even spoke to his wife. And I may have even spoken to other people around him just to say hello. And yeah, I mean, he didn't sound as alarmed as he did initially. He sounded like he was pretty laid back. He was all right. Um, so I went back and got my money. And, he kept saying, oh, what happened? I'm going to go pick it up. And I just went back and picked up my money and kind of cut the ties because I don't like when people are not being honest, because people like that can get you killed. Um, I remember a friend of mine, some lady uh, was going through some situation, domestic violence with a husband. And of course, you know, people didn't fully don't understand how to manage it, how to deal with it. And so, okay, it's working. Almost there. So when the lady told her about it, she did not even wait. She didn't even talk about it. She just got up and went to the lady house and picked her up and made the lady pack up with her husband there. And she just like going all in his face. This is not right. How can you hit her? She's such a nice woman. I mean, she could have get her head chopped off or shot or thrown down the stairs, the balcony. Anything could have happened to her. Some lady died like that. She was the stepmom. She came to the birthday party of the little girl, and I don't understand. I really thought that story was weird. Like I felt like she overstepped her boundaries. How come the father didn't bring a gift and you're the one bringing a gift to the child? That's not even your child. If the father cared so much, why the father didn't come out? But anyhow, excuse me. Blame the meds, don't blame me, okay? Um, so the father didn't bring the medication. That's good. The father did not bring a birthday party to the girl, but the stepmom is the one who brought a birthday present to the party to the little girl, and then somehow got into some kind of altercation with the mother of the child. And so she ended up falling off the balcony to her death. So, I mean, to my understanding, if I don't have a good relationship already with the mother of the child, I wouldn't be in your ear, because I don't like nonsense. I don't like noise. I don't like altercations. You know, I don't like nonsense. It's like, to me, life should be, oh, wow, how you doing, neighbor? Are you using this? You know, I saw it behind your door. Is that, are you throwing it out? Or, oh yeah, you can have it, you know. Okay, thank you so much, neighbor. All right. Oh no, it's not for garbage. It fell while we were doing something. Or the delivery man, it fell. No, take it. All right, thank you, no problem. Done. I don't like all the hing hang and no. Mm-mm. So yeah, the lady fell to her death. So, you know, to me it was really nonsense. It shouldn't have had happened, but it did. So my friend could have gotten herself killed, you know, showing off and going to the guy's face and telling him off, not even with a cop, just all by herself, and thinking that, you know, she's the boss and she can just. But lucky for her, he's one of those that only, you know, that mostly show his craziness to his wife. So he didn't do anything. He didn't really react. And I think, you know, they left, and whatever that happened after that. But the main part is that, you know, nobody got hurt that night, and especially my friend for stepping into those people's life like that. Um, you know, so abruptly, with the good intention, but not the right way. So that was it. And, you know, and life went on. And I think, you know, eventually maybe they got help for their relationship or something, but it wasn't easy. So, just so to say, not everyone is real with you. Sometimes you thinking people are being real, people will tell you something. They'll tell you, "Oh my God, I can't see," you know, and you're like, "Oh man, I don't have another glasses." But you know what? You have it, because you're the one that have to walk to work, and I have to drive, so drive is not too bad, you know. I guess it's just doing it so these can move more. I don't know. That's the only excuse I have. Um, people will act like they're in a dying position. You will leave your own home and you will go sleep in your car and give them your house, because they can cut a story out of, I don't know, hell or heaven, to make you believe it so badly, to make you feel for them, to make it feel like they really are dying. And I mean, only you can save them, you know? So you got to be careful with people's stories, because some people's stories are nothing but stories. They just folk, they just myth, they just tales. And you have to be careful with that. Um, these are just energy vampires who just use your back, you know. They just want to step on your neck to get higher than you. Sometimes some of them are jealous of you. Some of them are just plain crazy. Some of them, that's what they do. Some of them just are lost souls. So don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in that stuff. People will come and they will tell you all kind of stories. You gotta start learning to tell people no. Start learning to tell people, I'm sorry to hear that. Start learning to tell people, well, you know, like refer them to places where they can go and get help. Don't keep putting yourself in harm's way for them, because sometimes you will put yourself in harm's way thinking you were saving your life, only to realize, excuse me, oh, only to realize there was nobody there. It was nothing but a shadow. So you chasing a shadow. Sometimes people are in their own arrangements. They know about their arrangements. They know why they're there, and they the one who chose to be there. Turn this thing on. By the time I'm done, it'll be warm. Where's that button? Did it turn it off? Um, you know. So here we go. You know, don't pay them any mind, because these people, that's how they live their lives. There's always a drama. There's always something going on. They're always, I think I I kind of I got somebody recently and I'm like, listen, who was it I was talking to recently? And I said, listen, there's always something with you. You gotta take care of your life. You're older than me, and I don't mind helping people out, but I don't think you need help. I think you need something beyond help, because I have given you a lot of tools already. I have given you many things, you know, that should have worked, and you haven't properly applied them, I suppose. And then you're coming back for more, you know? You're coming back for more. And then when you can get one way, and then you try to get another way. You just keep on coming. When it's not for you, it's for your friend. It's like, no, this is not free flowing water. This is not some spring in the middle of the Amazon, the forest. You know, this is a personal spring. you know. So I tried. I'm like, no, some people, their drama will never end. It doesn't matter how old. They will be like 90 years old, and they would say like, can you believe what she did? She came to the house last night asking for more money, and I said, no, no more money. Some people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old they become. There will always be something. There's always going to be some kind of drama, some kind of something, somebody who got on their nerves. They got to move out of their room. They got to go rent a new room. It's like, how old are you? When is this going to end? So, as for me and mine, mm-mm, nah, we're good. And that's it for you today. Just remember, not everyone is real with you. People will show you one face, and once they get a little bit of push, they'll show you a different face. You will put in your energy. You will do the best that you can. You will give them everything you have. You take the shirt on the off your back to give to them, only for them to take that shirt and to wipe the floor with it. So sometimes, you're killing yourself thinking you were doing something good, but you should have left the situation where it was. You should have left it where it was. You shouldn't have gotten involved. You gotta learn to say no. You have to learn to say, I can't help you today. You gotta learn to tell them, well, I'm not able to do this for you today. Um, no, I can't just, you know, take you to the airport after you just told me 5 minutes ago and you want me to rush the heck out of my house. No. I remember a former friend of mine. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I said that. If you caught it, yes, I did. Um, Told me, "Oh my God, you know, oh, can you take me to the airport? You know, whatever story she could come up with, all the stories she could come up with." And I'm like, I don't need to hear all the stories. You need the airport. I'm, I can make a sacrifice right now. Okay, let's go. Um, when are you returning? Oh, I'm returning, you know, whatever, Thursday. Can you wait for me? And okay, was it that time? I don't know if I went. I don't know if it's that time. I don't know if I went. I think I went because she told me when she was coming, and I wasn't yet too familiar with with those airport, because when I kind of fly, I'm busy. I fly out of like those private kind of airports, those small airports. Um, um, so a lot of times I don't go through all the shenanigans. It's like it's so little, literally like the check to check in and go in the plane is like 5 minutes. I mean, if we're talking distance, it's probably like a 2 bedroom, and no, maybe not. It's a little bigger, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like when you go to JFK and LaGuardia and Newark, it's like you gotta cross over a football field to get a. Nah, it's not that big. It's really like a big room, and I'm talking like a classroom size. Um, you know, you just go in and out. You could, the person could be, if someone calls you outside and say, "Oh, I'm outside," it'll only take you like 30 seconds, 10. I mean, it takes me, you know, if it takes me like 30 seconds, I mean, of course, they pushing me on a chair, um, due to the unfortunate, I'm on a wheelchair. So if it takes me 30 seconds to just be outside, because they have to like put the bags under the thing and put the bags over. Okay, can you know, by the time they fix the bags, and it'll take me like 30 seconds to be outside. But if you're a healthy person, you know, if this was me back in the days, it'll take me like 5 seconds. You tell me like, hey, I'm outside. Okay. By the time I hang up the phone, I'm already outside. So that's how small, you know. It's not congested at all because a lot of people don't know about them. So um it's much more like business, I guess. Sometimes it's business and local people, even my friend who lived in the area didn't even know it existed. So I was laughing. But yeah, you know um yeah, I like small tiny little airports that I like walk to get to. um oh, I see they don't do that. No, actually, I think they still do that. When you going into the plane, you actually walk to the plane. But I guess they don't do that anymore because I guess they're getting more people. And of course, some people may be like in wheelchair. It makes it a bit challenging to to do that. But but yeah, you know, that's it. That's it. That's it. So just remember, don't let people drain you. Don't let people, um, suck up your energy. You know, um, your energy is already up there. Don't let them bring it down, because bringing it down is a big challenge to bring it back up. Sometimes some things can happen to just kind of shake you, to disturb you, but it doesn't mean that your energy is down. It just means that you're just being attacked. You're being poked, you know, but it doesn't mean necessarily that your energy is down. But whenever that happens and you notice it, you, of course, you do what is necessary to bring it, to keep it back up, to to say the things you need to say. You might have your affirmations, your prayers. You do that to ensure that, you're not coming for me. You don't know me like that. I didn't call for you, so you cannot be here for me. Um, you do what you have to do. You got to make sure you stay protected at all time. Some people are really funny out there. That's all they do. They feed um on your negative feelings, on your negative affirmations, that your um whatever they may be, that you're ugly, you don't feel good, um, you are disgusted with this and that, whatever negative um, affirmation that you say, and unconsciously, that you don't even realize it. So correct it. There's nothing wrong. You human, you may slip sometimes, and you may say things, you know that you didn't mean to say. You may yell at your kids, you didn't mean to. Call them back and say, oh, you know what, I just yelled at you. I apologize, I didn't mean to. I don't like it when you do this, but it's not an excuse for me to do what I did. I didn't need to do that. It's just I'm really going through a challenging time right now. So, um, you know, you you handle your business. I know, like, a lot of people don't like to apologize to kids. For whatever reason, for the power that they feel like they have, they're God and the Christ and the highest, so they can't come down. So be it. It's them. But I feel that when you know that you have wronged a kid, the kids, they remember, they have really high energy. They can high vibration, so they can tell when you're full of it, and they can tell what's going on with you. So talk to them. They're more reliable than grown folks like you. you know Kids are more reliable because they're honest. They'll tell you the truth, and not because they're trying to hurt your feelings, not because they're trying to make you feel inferior, not they trying to make you feel less than them. They just tell you the truth because they don't know any other way most of the time, you know. They don't know any other way. So they just know the truth. But dearly beloved, it's been a pleasure. Um, you know, I enjoy this time spent with you. And oh my God, I had a fabulous day. I mean, like, fabulous. Like, almost like me, you know? It was beautiful. Everywhere I turn, like, I guess one day we'll talk about manifestation, you know? And a lot of times I've been telling people about it for a long time. Some of them even criticize me, you know, since they're like the saint from the church, the saints that turn, um, what's the word? Ratchet. The saints that lost their way but still believe that they're saints, that kind. So it's so funny to me. Some of them that I used to give them the knowledge and explain to them how to get it done, but they turn around and talk bad about me, about, how I'm talking about manifestation, how I'm getting involved in those things, and how I shouldn't lighten up my candle, you know. I'm like, okay, you don't light a candle? They smell good, you know. Um, you know, writing things down, automatic writing when I'm teaching them, they weren't listening to me, but yet turn around and go pay classes, go attend classes, go to conferences to learn about the same thing they were talking bad about me about. Good job. Man, I need a drink. I wish I could, but I can't. But here's to you, okay? Here's to you, folks who like, who love, who enjoy to talk bad about people when they're teaching you stuff for free, when they're teaching you stuff the right way, and then go pay to go learn about it not the perfect way. Less good than I was telling you. Not so wrong, but not as good as I was telling you. Some people, listen, let me tell you something. I'm just gonna take a minute. Y'all not gonna like keep me up tonight and stuff. You know? Some people, some people, some people things happen for them by accident. And then they turn around and tell you, oh, I manifest and blah 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 blah. No, you didn't expect that. You didn't even pray about that. This just happened to you. I mean, in some part, there's like a way of manifestation for that, but I'm not getting into that. But what I'm saying is there's a difference between those manifestation where as let's say someone who lived under the bridge, all they're hoping for is for someone to give them $20 to go eat so they can feed their family, right? But instead of that, somehow someone who saw them decided to pay a hotel for them, decided to get them a shelter, get them a house. But that's not what they wanted. They wanted just $20 to go eat. But somehow their wishes, it could be through the children, got turned around, turned even better, and end up this way. But that's like a whole other thing, a whole other way that is much deeper than that. But it was just funny to me. People are just funny. This is what I'm telling you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going where you're going. Keep doing you because they're talking about you. They're picking on you. But guess what? At the end of the day, they taking notes, honey. Okay? They taking notes. They taking notes about everything that you do, and they go copy and they go do exactly what you do. Okay? They go do exactly what you do, what you did. They working underground silently to become you, try to pretend like they're unique and they're gonna become something else. So don't kill yourself when you see that people um are acting, what's the word, are being funny with you. It's not the word I'm looking for, but I can't remember it right now. But when people are acting certain ways towards you, when they being funny, they being like a stranger, they treating you like a stranger. They 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 don't want to talk to you properly. They always have something to say about everything and anything that you do. You burn the incense, you burn the sage. They always have something to do, but yet you send them on Google, go see what it does. It doesn't bring spirit, it doesn't bring any magical thing. It cleans the air. That's science. It's science. And this is why sometimes some people think everything is magic, because they don't take the time to read and learn and understand and know that it is science. A lot of the magic that you're afraid of is science, darling. Okay? Some of it they can explain, some of it they just can't explain. So, you're magical. What's the big deal? Why are you so afraid of yourself? Why? It's time for you to be you. It's time for you to become. This is your year. This is the year of miracle. All right? Regardless what you do, regardless, I know like some of them, you're watching and you're not saying anything, you're not commenting, you're not liking, you're not sharing, but you're here. I'm glad you're learning anyway. um but you can still find a way to reach out anonymously. I'll still answer your question. All right. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. Of course, always at the end, you just want to like keep on going, but we're not gonna do that today because you can see what this thing is doing to me. Um, oh, but we're gonna schedule some more time. We're gonna have some more time, and we're gonna talk some more. We're gonna talk some more because there's so much. I have prepared so many things already, and I haven't presented them yet. So, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And again, remember, like, not everybody is being real to you. They're not showing their true faces. Whatever they're telling you is not the whole story. People got to tell you whatever that's going to benefit them first, and then they can tell you the rest of it 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later. They're going to be like, what? They weren't hitting me. They weren't mistreating me. What? I didn't say that. Oh, really? How did you get out? How did you come to my house? How did you come to their house? How did I get you shelter? How did I put you in a hotel? Because you said they were hating you. Because you said they hated you. Because you said they were doing this, they were mistreating you. So otherwise, why did I get you out of there? To put you on a vacation? Like, I'm not responsible for your vacation, boo. I can help you to survive. But if you need to chill out, you need to do this on your own. I can do it as a gift, but not as a reasoning you know, for nothing. Because when you don't have, you got to focus on getting. You don't focus on chilling. It's like if you don't have a job, you don't focus on watching TV. No, you focus on trying to get a job. So that's just a simple way of life. It's just plain common sense, you know? So, yeah, it is what it is. People are funny. They were funny before. They are funny now, and they may continue to be funny. You know, that is if AI let them be, as funny. But oh my God, it's been a pleasure. I'm telling you, I had I usually have like, good days and stuff. I may have like a tough day, like whenever you don't see me, you see the last, sometimes you don't see me for a couple of weeks. That's mean like your girl is having a tough time, to the point for me not to come live. That's mean I'm having a really tough time. So, but I'll try. I'll try to keep on checking on you, keep on um, bringing you some good messages, some good stuff to share with your friends and family. But I hope you had a really good day like I did. If you didn't have a really good one today, well, I hope you have it so tomorrow and the day after and the other days to come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed night. Um, love yourself a little bit more than you did yesterday. Embrace yourself, meditate some more. Be your best friend. Be your best friend. Make your God your best friend. Deep in, deep in, deep in, deep inside of you, there's a God waiting for you to be your friend, to hang with you, to let you, to help you become. So it's time. Become.